Welcome to my channel. I have a message for you, so let's jump straight into it. The first card out is the Four of Wands, being clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. Then we have the Three of Wands, being clarified by the King of Cups. Then we have the Four of Pentacles, being clarified by the Hanged Man. Cool, let's get into it. So someone is working very hard here. The Knight of Pentacles is here. And when the Knight of Pentacles is present, it tells me that somebody is putting in the effort, they are putting in the energy, they are doing the work, and they're not cutting any corners. So you're not cutting any corners. You are doing all the things that are necessary. And also, when it comes to the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight of the deck. So as much as you're putting in all this effort and you are doing all of this work, you haven't yet seen the results of your efforts, right? You haven't yet seen it. It's slow. It's slowly going. But I can tell you now that very soon you're gonna be proud of yourself. You're going to be proud about the fact that you persisted in putting in this work, putting in this effort. And when I see the Knight of Pentacles, also for me, it represents consistency. So there's some level of consistency that you kept, much as you didn't get the results that you were looking for. You still persisted, still continued to give it the same energy, still put in the exact same hard work. And I see here with the Four of Wands that much as things have been slow, I feel like you're going to start to see the fruits of your labor. Because with the Four of Wands here, that's a card of, it's also a card of being proud. And it's like a self-esteem boost. So it seems like something is coming. It's slow progress, but it is progress nonetheless. And you're going to be really proud of yourself. And I mean, Four of Wands is also a community card. So I feel like community is going to start to notice you more. Notice whatever it is that you're doing, that you're putting your efforts into. You're going to be noticed more. You're going to get more recognition. And it's going to be slow. Maybe it's one person here, another person there. But it's progress. Like I said, your work is not in vain. So it starts that way. And also with the Four of Wands being here, maybe there's some kind of community that you are building or that you just happen to build based on what you're doing. And maybe you weren't even aware of that slowly but surely you actually had a lot of people who are admiring your work, who like what you do. And it's like, it's reaching a point where you are also going to start to notice, okay, there's actually more people than what I expected that are interested in this, or there's more people that are buying this, or there's more people that are looking into my services, So this is really, really great. You are, and you know what else that I want to mention here is that much as you've been putting in all this work and you feel like it's been so slow and you've been working so hard and you've been persistent and consistent, you have built yourself such a lovely foundation. Your foundation is secure for long term. So when you do reach the level of success that you want, that you deem is the one that's suitable for the amount of work that you're putting in, it's not going to be those things that end overnight. No, it's going to continuously grow, which leads me to the Three of Wands. You are growing. And the Three of Wands is definitely a growth card, but it's also a waiting card, right? So you've been putting in the work and you've just been waiting to see these results. And I feel like the wait has affected you emotionally more than anything, because when you put your blood, sweat, and tears into something, it becomes personal. So, of course, whatever you're working on here is personal for you. And you have a vision here in what you're doing. You do have a vision. You're just waiting for your ships to sail in. You're just waiting for for the opportunities to come. You're waiting for the recognition to come. You're waiting for the customers to come in, whatever it is that you're working towards. And it seems like you're waiting for something that really is going to materialize, because much as you're putting in all this work and this effort, it's very personal. Like I said, it's a personal thing for you. And what you're doing, it fulfills you emotionally. It really, really does. And I feel like there's a certain approach that you've changed when it comes to doing this. Because I feel like maybe before you did it a certain way, but I feel like now you're doing it differently. Now you're doing it for the love. You are. You don't have the end result in mind. Yes, you're putting in the work and you're like, oh, when is this going to start to come? But you see, you're passionate about what you're doing. It matters to you. So now you're more concerned with enjoying yourself as you do it and getting that emotional fulfillment that it brings you. And with this Four of Pentacles being clarified by the Hanged Man here, it's like you've put a pause on trying to focus on making money. Because there is some kind of business or something here. It might even be a passion project. It might be a project, might be anything here that you've really been putting in your work, your hard work and effort into. But I feel like initially when you started, you did it with that pentacle that this knight has in hand. You had that in mind. That was what you were chasing. You were chasing the pentacle initially, which of course makes sense. I mean, you've got bills to pay. You want your life to continue to be stable. But you see, when you changed your approach to how you do this, this is where you expanded your business. You expanded your reach. And now you are more concerned with the fulfillment of what you're doing. And it's like you understand that you will get the money, you will get the returns on this. But for now, in this moment, you are enjoying the fulfillment that it brings you. And you've put a pause on wanting to just focus on the monetary aspect of this. Because I feel like when you focused only on the money, I feel like there were certain blockages that it brought. Things were not moving. Things became stagnant when you started focusing on the money alone. But once you started to, loosen the reins on that and see it as a secondary objective, as they'd say in business, and you made your fulfillment and your joy in this as the primary, it's like then the money just flows in for itself. And like I said, you're not working in vain. You've got a very good foundation here. Four of Pentacles is here. You have a very good foundation, but you needed to have a different perspective when it came to the money thing. That yes, we definitely do have bills to pay and we do have responsibilities that we need to live up to, but we also do need to have things that personally fulfill us, that give us emotional fulfillment. We also need to do those things. And I get the sense that this is probably some kind of side hustle, something that you're doing on the side that brings you so much joy, And of course, this was probably something that you started off doing because you just loved it, but then you started to see that it's lucrative, that there's some kind of money that you can get out of this. And then once you shifted your perspective to getting that money, that's where things became stagnant and slow. But then now you've shifted again, and I feel like now you're looking at it as a long-term plan, that the money and the recognition and all of that might not be here now, but you are planning that for the future. And in you planning that for the future, for now, you're focusing on this emotional fulfillment where you're able to balance both your mind and your heart, because like I said, this is a personal thing. It's something that really brings you so much joy and happiness, and it makes you feel really good. And it makes you feel good that you have something outside of your maybe everyday job or whatever you do that that is just for you. It's yours. You own it. It is yours. And I also feel like the depth of whatever this is that I feel like it brought you healing at the time. It brought you some kind of healing because you were waiting for something to materialize in your life and it felt like it was not coming. And you did this in the meantime. And when you did it, it kind of broadened your horizons. It really did. You started to think bigger. And I feel like there are certain wonderful things that are really coming in here for you. And like I said, there's that community card. People are going to start noticing you. They're going to start knowing you. People will start speaking about you in different communities that you didn't even expect, because for you, it's like things are slow. I'm putting in the effort, I'm working, but you didn't even know that you are impacting the amount of people that you will realize that you are. And second of all, you're going to be growing. This is actually going to grow bigger than what you ever expected. And of course, it's going to be very emotional for you. It's going to be emotional because you've worked so hard, but also because this means a lot to you. It really does. And when we have the Four of Pentacles with the Hanged Man here, like I said, the money is not coming in as fast as you would like, but I feel like once it does start to come in, it will give you that you have an epiphany here, an epiphany about how when you hold on to things, sometimes when you hold on to an idea or a set way of doing things, that it can hold you back from your actual success. And once you change your perspective and you approach it in a different way, then suddenly all of these avenues of opportunity and success suddenly avail themselves to you. You don't have to chase them anymore. They come to you, right? So this is really a lovely reading. And I guess it's motivation for you to keep going and do it for the love, do it for the passion, because that's where your success lies. The minute you start to focus too much on the money, too much on the revenue, that's where things completely slow down to the point where they might even just shut down. But when you start to do it for the love, for the passion, that's where you get more ideas on how to expand, on how to reach more people, of how to get yourself out there. And guess what? You start to get the results as well. They start rolling in. It's slow for sure, but it comes in. It's worth it. It's really, really worth it. Beautiful. That's all that I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and share with your friends if you'd like. And until the next reading, please take care of yourselves.